Once you have this idea of maybe making money in a different method or a different way, how can you actually save money?
Most people know Kevin Paffrath by his YouTube name MeetKevin because he's the go-to guy for information about the stock market, real estate, and personal finance. But before all this, Kevin was really poor growing up, and he often had to work in restaurants and bars at a young age whilst juggling school. And although he's been doing okay financially for a little while now, things were kind of a steady climb up. At some point, he even lost all the money he had gathered on a bad deal, and it wasn't until recently that he was able to rise back up. Now, Kevin makes an average of $500,000 every month, so let's go on a journey into how he reversed his fortune and how all his sources of income brings him up to a reported $500,000 monthly. Background. As you probably already know, Kevin Paffrath grew up poor. To put this in perspective, there was a time he asked his dad for some money, but all the money his dad had was up to $11 in total. His parents moved to the US from Germany when he was 18 months old and got divorced when Kevin was 6. Sadly, that meant that all through his childhood things were more than a little tight financially. His family's financial situation didn't get any better as he grew older, and by age 17, Kevin decided to do something about it. He got a job working at Hollister over the summer, and later he was able to take in $3,000 in savings from that one job. Perhaps because he now had some money, Kevin decided to show caution in the air and do something he'd been dying to do. He quit his job. And not for another job, he decided to spend all of his summer on random stuff that he'd always wanted to do, like play lots and lots of video games. But by age 18, Kevin began working again at another part-time job at Jumbo Juice. He made decent money doing this as well, and made a whopping $8,079 from the job. When asked about what he wanted to do with his future at the time, Kevin's initial plan was to land a career in law enforcement. He made this decision after participating in a law enforcement explorer program, in which he learned about becoming an officer and spent over 3,000 hours riding along with the local police. Now, if you've seen his videos, you know he definitely did not end up in law enforcement, but what he did end up with was something far more valuable. Real estate career. During his time in law enforcement training, one of the officers Kevin worked with told Kevin about his side job as a realtor. Kevin Paffrath became very interested, and despite still being a senior in high school, he decided to get his real estate license, figuring it would be a good way to increase his earning potential. Unfortunately, the job wasn't as smooth as he would have envisioned, and it took Kevin 11 long months to sell his first home, but when he did, that one transaction made him more money than he earned from all the jobs he'd done before. And this was the beginning of Kevin's resolve that real estate was going to be it as a career. By 2012, Kevin decided to take things to the next level, and he bought his first house with his girlfriend Lauren for $305,000. He got a home equity line of credit for $80,000 and used it to buy his first of many rental properties. The catch, however, was that he and Lauren barely had $8,000 to their names to fix up the house. And this huge house they'd just bought had no kitchen, the bathrooms were gone, and the toilets were non-existent. But they persevered, and after more than a dozen trips to IKEA, they were actually able to fix up the house. The whole process of remodeling the house led to the conclusion for both Kevin and Lauren that the path for them was real estate. Plus, it definitely didn't hurt that Lauren grew up in the world of real estate, as her parents were realtors too. So their agreement held, and true to their decisions, he and Lauren got married, and she still works with him to date. She is the property manager for their company called the Paffrath Organization, where she currently makes all of the design decisions and coordinates the renovations with contractors. This worked out great because over the next few years, they continued to buy, renovate, and rent out properties. Amazingly, Kevin did all this while making straight A's at the community college where he schooled. Their breakthrough came in 2016, which Kevin now refers to as his most stressful year ever. In that year alone, he represented over 60 clients, renovated more than 40 properties for flippers, landlords, and the occasional buyer, and he doubled down on marketing and expanding his real estate business. But the stress was all worth it because his income that year skyrocketed to $381,000. After seeing this, Kevin became motivated, and he had a new goal: to make over $1 million a year from the Paffrath Organization. Together with this new goal, he and Lauren made a move to expand and added a construction arm to the Paffrath Organization. But this turned out to be a huge mistake because 18 months later, Kevin and Lauren couldn't handle the demands of the business any longer, and it folded. The consequences were deadly, not only because they had to close down, but Kevin and Lauren also made a huge loss of $1 million, which was Kevin's whole net worth at the time. Things didn't stay down forever though, and through a lot of hard work, the couple doubled down to work on their previous goal of just being a successful real estate company. It took a while, but by 2020, things bounced back, and the couple earned $1.075 million in just May alone. It was absolutely surreal because they had not just crossed into the 7-figure-a-month territory, but they did it in such a short span of time. In the last 3 years of his career since then, Kevin has sold over $60 million worth of real estate, and he currently owns 22 properties in Southern California today. 20 of them are rentals, 1 is in escrow, and the last is the home they live in. Now here's the kicker, and the first part of how Kevin makes up to $500,000 monthly right now. He takes a salary of $100,000 from the company, plus commissions on homes he buys, whilst Lauren takes a salary of $245,000 from the business. YouTube income. Now, although Kevin's real estate career has earned him millions, a bulk of his money also comes from his work as a YouTuber. Kevin has been a YouTuber for almost a decade now and started his channel in 2010. At the time, he mostly shared random videos about the things he screwed up on, trying to help prevent other people from making the same stupid mistakes that he made. But as he gained traction, he expanded his content to include investment advice and market news. He also increased the number of videos he made from 1 video per week to several per day. And he also monetized the channel on the advice of Graham Stephan, another realtor and YouTuber turned millionaire. Earlier in 2019, his YouTube ad revenue came out to be about $30,000 per month, and in 2020 it was more of the same. His channel, MeetKevin, currently has a following of over 1.8 million subscribers with more than 500 million views in total, and in suit, his ad income went berserk. Currently, the channel fetches him $150,000 easily each month, and that's just one channel alone. Kevin has a bunch of other YouTube channels that fetch him a decent amount to top that up. His other YouTube channels include MeetKevin Live, Meet Lauren, Meet Crypto, MeetKevin Report, and Meet Tech. Other than this, Kevin makes extra money from affiliate links and partnerships on his YouTube channel. Now, judging by Kevin's trajectory, if you're expecting a slight twist to that, yes, he also has made some huge losses from his channel. He sometimes goes too far in his content, and it unfortunately got sticky when he made some videos a while back about former mentor and real estate mogul Grant Cardone, where he made fun of him. In trying to make up for it, he showed up at Grant's office with flowers to make a point, but that didn't exactly sit right with Cardone. So Kevin was later arrested and charged with trespassing and disorderly conduct, and he spent over $100,000 dealing with the legal aftermath. Other ventures and total monthly income. If you're one of his followers, there's probably one thing you know about Kevin by now, and that's the fact that he doesn't believe in a savings account. He simply reinvests all his money back into his business along with other investment options, and that has made his investment portfolio really huge. Kevin's investment property portfolio is worth around $22 million, but he also manages his joint investment portfolio with Lauren, in which they have around $7.4 million in investments. And all this adds up to his total net worth, which is estimated to be about $60 million currently. Also, because of his experiences and venture into YouTube, Kevin considers himself somewhat of an expert in the field of real estate, so he went ahead and created a course all about it. The course is a bestseller and is currently available on Teachable, a platform where experienced and knowledgeable entrepreneurs can get paid for educating users. Kevin also has several courses different from this one that are available to his YouTube audience, including one that teaches you how to trade on the stock market using advanced strategies and technical indicators. And as to how much this brings him, the answer? A lot. His course sales alone kind of make him the most income, as they reportedly rack in more than $300,000 per month. In total so far, he's made over $8 million from his online investing courses. Kevin makes money from affiliate links and partnerships as well, and he racks up huge earnings of $80,000 or more a month from them. So overall, from him making $100,000 from his company minus commissions, to his channel fetching him over $150,000 easily monthly, to course sales of over $300,000 per month, and him earning about $80,000 easily from marketing and partnerships, add this sums up, and you can see that he very easily nets up to a sum more than $500,000 monthly. And since you watched the entire video, this next one will blow your mind. Are you ready?